You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Randy Bass. Susan Tran and Chris Flanagan have the evening off. We have some of your holiday headlines in a moment, but first we want to turn to developing news. 2 National Guard soldiers remain in critical condition at local hospitals tonight after they were shot by a lone gunman near Northwest DC's busy Farragut Square yesterday afternoon. We take a look at MedStar Washington Hospital today. That's on your left there, where those 2 Guard members, now identified as 24-year-old Andrew Wolf and 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, have undergone surgery, still in the hospital at this hour. To your right, at GW Hospital, where the alleged shooter, now identified as Ramanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national living in Washington state, is in custody and getting care after he was also shot during that broad daylight ambush attack downtown. As the investigation into that shooting enters a second day, more questions than answers remain at this hour. DC News Now's Basil John brings us the very latest with an update from officials earlier today.
On Thanksgiving morning, federal investigators identified the 2 National Guard members shot in broad daylight Wednesday. 20-year-old specialist Sarah Beckstrom and 24-year-old Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf of the West Virginia National Guard were on duty in D.C. when the suspect came around a corner and opened fire.
I ask every American today to keep them in their thoughts and prayers as you go about your day.
Prosecutors say the gunman is 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national.
He drove his vehicle across country from the state of Washington with the intended target of coming to our nation's capital.
U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says the suspect came to the U.S. as part of the Operation Allies Welcome in 2021. He worked with U.S. intelligence partner forces in Afghanistan. Investigators say they're still searching for a motive.
This is a coast-to-coast investigation being led right here in Washington, D.C., and this subject definitely did pick the wrong country.
FBI Director Kash Patel says agents are carrying out searches in Washington state and San Diego. After the shooting, D.C. officials say other Guard members sprinted toward the gunfire and subdued the shooter within minutes.
No additional victims were harmed, and the scene was secured.
The attack is now being investigated as an act of terrorism.
Somebody drove across the country, came to Washington, D.C. to attack America. And that person will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
President Trump ordered 500 more National Guard members to Washington as the FBI moves forward with what it calls a complex national investigation. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Basil, thank you. Governor of West Virginia Patrick Morrisey is in the district, and he sat down with us to share his condolences after the tragic shooting involving 2 of his National Guard members. Take a listen.
Justice will be served. There's no doubt about that. But, that doesn't take away from the pain of what the families and what people are going through right now. But I can tell you this much. I'm seeing that across West Virginia, people are stepping up. They're standing strong for these 2 guardsmen, for Sarah and for Andrew.
Be sure to tune in to DC News Now at 9 and 10 tonight for more from our interview with the governor. As for the investigation, the suspect's motive at this hour still unclear. FBI Director Kash Patel also confirming a number of search warrants executed overnight in connection with the suspect across multiple cities and states around the U.S., including San Diego and Washington state. Patel said they seized electronic devices like cell phones, laptops, iPads, and other material that had been analyzed. D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro calls it an ongoing fluid investigation.
Fluid investigation. People are working around the clock. It's too soon to say what the motive is, but there are definitely areas that we're looking into, but not ready to say.
Officials confirm that shooting is being investigated as an act of terrorism. The suspect is charged with assault with intent to kill. And these devastating developments over the last 24 hours, it has been an emotional day for Washingtonians. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is at 17th and I Street with the latest reaction from around the district.
A very heavy and somber Thanksgiving day here in Washington, D.C. along 17th and I, where you can see where people have already left behind bouquets and an American flag for those 2 National Guard members. Now, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro said they were sworn in less than 24 hours before they were shot here.
I heard, of course, the first two shots I thought were firecrackers. After about the third or fourth shot, I felt pretty confident that it was actually a gun.
Tom Geller was staying steps away from where the shooter opened fire on 2 National Guard members.
I had thought of going out about an hour earlier, and so it was entirely possible I could have been in the crossfire.
Cell phone video captured the chaotic scene below after authorities say Afghan national Ramanullah Lakanwal drove from Washington state to D.C. to ambush the guardsman with a revolver.
One guardsman is struck, goes down, and then the shooter leans over and strikes the guardsman again. Another guardsman is struck several times.
You can see where a bullet entered this planter near the scene, and right over here where there's now missing glass that was shattered during the shooting. Officials say other guardsmen nearby engaged the suspect and subdued him until police arrived. The 2 victims identified as 20-year-old specialist Sarah Beckstrom and 24-year-old Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, deployed from West Virginia as part of the President's Safe and Beautiful Task Force.
It's terrible that it happened, and I admire them for being here as a National Guards person, but at the same time, there's no need for them to be here.
2 service members now clinging to life at MedStar Washington Hospital.
You got 2 young people that no matter what, they're right for life. What happened yesterday will be with these people the rest of their life.
Now the Trump administration has ordered an additional 500 National Guard members to D.C. after this shooting, bringing the total number of troops to more than 2,600. In Northwest D.C., Liberty Simmons, D.C. News Now.
Liberty, thank you. The story is still very much developing tonight. We are continuing to follow those details both on air and online. You can always visit our website at dcnewsnow.com to keep up with the very latest. All right, turning now to your holiday evening forecast with meteorologist Brittany Ward. Brittany, we are full from that turkey dinner we had here at the station a little bit ago. And if folks are looking to get out and about for maybe an evening walk, trying to walk off some of those holiday calories already, how's it looking out there?
You know, I will say definitely want to bundle up if you are going to be heading out. It's still very chilly out there. We had a cold day today. Those winds picked up to about 30 miles per hour, and then highs today really struggled to get out of the 40s. So at times it felt like the 30s across much of the region. But we take a look at radar showing you up and down the northeast. At least we are dry here in D.C., but we put radar right now in motion showing you we are dealing with some snow showers as you head out towards Pennsylvania, parts of West Virginia as well, and then even closer to home in the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. We are starting to see some snow showers begin to fall there out towards Hagerstown, further south out towards Winchester. You guys are seeing some light snow showers at this hour. We're going to continue to hold on to those upslope snow showers as we head throughout the rest of your evening. So do be mindful of that, especially in the higher elevations closer to the district. We're just going to be tracking the cold and those quiet conditions. Overall, we are starting to see a break in the clouds, but as we continue to head through the evening, you'll start to notice those temperatures dropping. We're already holding on to the 30s here in D.C., 39 currently in the district, 36 as you head over there to Hagerstown. And Randy, it's going to be a cold night. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast and what to expect up next.
All right, Brittany, thank you. It's a sign of the holiday season. Special festive displays are up at the United States Botanic Garden, officially opening to visitors today. This year's display showcasing classic holiday plants like poinsettias and some plants and animals of the past. I had the chance to check it out this week. It's fun, it's festive, and best of all, it's free. Visitors young and young at heart.
I like dinosaurs. They have sharp teeth.
Getting a closer look at this year's holiday display at the U.S. Botanic Garden.
Yeah, it's cool. I think they're Diplodocus dinosaurs.
This year's theme, season's greetings dynamite, with model trains chugging along in a prehistoric garden. Featuring dinosaurs, made from plants of course, nestled among other animals and plants from the Cretaceous period. Devin Dotson with the U.S. Botanic Garden tells us what you can expect.
We've got ferns, we've got cycads, we got other things like magnolias, which are the very first flowering plants that started showing up. So there's a little bit of an educational component where we put on a garden display outdoors with the model trains.
The recent federal government shutdown saw the garden closed to the public for over a month, but not putting a damper on holiday traditions here.
It's been 2 weeks of all hands on deck. It's been really cool to see our employees all pitching in. And when I say everybody, I mean we had administration people and teacher educators helping move poinsettias and install displays. And it was really all hands on deck for the last two weeks because we wanted to still open on Thanksgiving Day.
Heading inside, a holiday display of some of DC's most famous landmarks, the U.S. Capitol, monuments, and memorials, all made of plants and plant parts, sitting in a sea of festive, vibrant poinsettias. All on display through early January with no need for tickets or reservations.
This year, for the first time, we have 7 extended hours. Those start December 9th, and it's almost every Tuesday and Thursday through the run of the exhibit. We'll stay up until 8 p.m. We'll have live music in the conservatory. The trains will be running.
A little farther outside the district, the spirit of giving this Thanksgiving in Hagerstown, Maryland, the kitchen at the John Wesley United Methodist Church downtown was filled with volunteers to feed an expected 500 people for their turkey feast today. Hagerstown Mayor Bill McIntyre was among those carving meat off the bone to keep guests in the community well fed, with a dining hall full of friendship and camaraderie on this special holiday.
People have come out of the woodwork to offer help, to offer food, to offer money. It is just wonderful.
The church even arranged for home delivery of Thanksgiving dinners with a few blessings included.